Community Action News with Rick Godley, CAN. Remember, when you can't, maybe together we can. Community Action News, CAN.
Rick Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rick Godley, the director of the Lincoln Parish Museum and Historical Society, and we happen to be sitting in the Mary Moffett room. Mary Moffett, first president of the Lincoln Parish Museum, back when it was donated 50 years ago. So this is our Jubilee. And Mary Moffett, a teacher of art at Louisiana Tech. Also, when you walk into the Lincoln Parish Museum, you'll see the murals on the walls. She is the one who designed them and had her students paint them. So the association between the Lincoln Parish Museum and the Louisiana Tech School of Design, the art department goes way back, a rich history. So when Adrianna Speer contacted me about a fundraiser coming up for the Louisiana Tech School of Design, she said, would you help, Rick? And I said, of course I'll help. And welcome here. Welcome for being here.
Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate it. Like you said, my name is Adrianna Speer, and I'm visiting assistant professor at Louisiana Tech University in the Foundation Studio Art Department.
So what does that mean, too? You also are an artist because you came to a function here, yes, a plein air pop-up picnic, and you have your own art. So why don't you tell people where they can even see your art first? Do you have a website?
I do. It's www.adriannaspeer.com. I guess I classify myself as a studio artist. I've dabbled in really all things, ranging from sculpture to an interest in traditional and non-traditional medias, as well as painting and drawing. Mm-hmm. Right now I'm focusing more on representational painting. I guess whenever I say representational, I mean you can actually see what the thing is versus like total abstraction. But there is this element of a kind of glitch phase, digital phase, and it's the work is heavily software mediated, and then I'll paint the image. So I'll create a sketch based on my own personal images and then paint from that sketch.
Well, and to tie in, and we'll get into the details of what's coming up, it's an event, the School of Design. It's going to be a gala, an Art Deco type gala, with a silent auction there. Would any of your pieces be there for silent auctionability?
Yes, indeed. I will have 2 small works. I'm still deciding which ones to choose. I might do a small frame drawing and maybe a small in plein air study, or maybe 2 small paintings as well.
All right, so let's brag on the School of Design, because Louisiana Tech, notorious for its sciences, for its engineering and sports. The School of Design is pretty formidable unto itself, but it probably doesn't get the press and the spotlight like all of y'all inside would say. I wish people would take more notice of it, and that's what we're doing for you. So brag on it.
Absolutely. So what's great about our department is I would say that the class sizes, them being smaller, we get hyper focused with our students. We know that the quarter system is fast, so our students are incredibly agile, and they're totally immersed in the studio culture and in the campus culture. They're really, it's a tight-knit community. And the academics are rigorous. I mean, they are swimming through it every week. We're turning through new projects in almost all the classes, really. And the students, the work is great. The work is conceptually solid as well.
Well, and I can confirm that for a couple of reasons, too, because as we talked about the Association of Louisiana Tech School of Art with Mary Moffett, goes way back, and recently with the Renaissance here, the second Renaissance of the Lincoln Parish Museum, we've had an association too with Whitney Causey and her School of Design, yes, where they took the BFA students, and they took their artwork and incorporated it into this 22-room house, 9,900 square feet, and It was perfect. I mean, the artwork that they did in their various, what's the word you use, styles, fit right into here. And so I'm very impressed with what the students are putting out.
I think that's what's exciting about what Whitney and the other upperclassmen professors are doing with that, with their conceptual development courses. When I was an undergrad, not at Tech, but elsewhere, we focus less on developing our own bodies of work later in our program, and that's something that our program is doing that's fantastic. So the students starting their junior year, once they've learned the fundamentals, the foundations, the techniques, all the materials, and how you can incorporate those things in interesting ways, they begin to develop their singular sense of self, or their singular statement. Why are they doing this? And then how can they make it applicable outside of academia? How can this turn into a professional practice as either an art practitioner or anything in the creative field? But if they choose, even after getting their BFA, their Bachelor of Fine Arts, to not pursue something in the creative field, they still have that professional development and that sense of self, that confidence.
That's awesome. All right, so we want people to save the date, April 11th. That's the main date, but there's some details we got to talk about before we get there. One is a call for artists.
Yes.
What does that mean, and who's this for?
Yes, indeed. So this is for the silent art auction component of the Gala event. And we are opening the call to all artists, whether you are beginner or advanced, student, teacher, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have any affiliation with Louisiana Tech.
And community.
And community,
right.
Absolutely, to everyone. So we're accepting 2-dimensional works and 3-dimensional works. Our 2-dimensional works need to be no larger than 24 inches on a single side. So we're talking about like the normal size drawing paper we would use in a drawing class. And our 3D works need to be no larger or no heavier than 10 pounds for accessibility reasons. Now the work needs to be professionally or to a higher degree presented. So works on paper need to be mounted and then sleeved, or you can mount and frame or just frame. The frames need to have hanging hardware on the back. No sawtooth hangers, please, and no glass. So we prefer plexiglass and things like D-rings and wiring systems. For the 3D work, if you have a pedestal to present with the work, or if the work needs that, we can organize it, but that can be a bigger conversation. Or if it's just like a table piece or whatever, that's fine too.
What's the deadline to get that in, because the event's going to be April 11th?
Yes, the event's April 11th, so we need to have those in. The drop-off date is April 7th from 9 to 5 in TVAC. So that's the F.J. Taylor Visual Arts Center on campus.
All right. The win-win proposition, or I should say win-win-win proposition, is the incentive for artists to respond by creating something that will be auctioned off. The money will be split up. Explain.
It will. So we have a 50-50 proceed split. The artist receives 50%, obviously, or half of what the work sold for at auction, and then the other 50% goes to our student organizations, who are the foundation for this event. They're the ones putting it on, and I want to brag on them.
Sure.
In a second. Also they get a discount code.
So now it's 4 wins. The artists can make some money. The causes can make some money. The discount for the artist for doing that, and then whomever buys that gets a piece of unique individual art.
They do. It's disseminating art. It's art for everybody, and that's really exciting. It's fun, though. I think the whole bidding situation is fun, especially the silent art auction component, because we'll have the bid sheets out. You go up and write your bid. We're starting at the work evaluations with a formula, or at like 50% of what they would normally cost, so that the bidding can go up from there, and it does become a bit more accessible with those mid-range prices going farther.
And this is going to be friendly bidding, not fighting bidding.
No. No.
I know how that goes. All right, so it's going to be April 11th. It's going to be in the Davison Athletic Complex. But talk about the benefits for the student groups, where the money's going to go for.
Totally. So 100% of the proceeds go to our 3 student groups who are putting this on. These are our leadership groups. Us as mentors, some of the faculty are on the committee to work with them. And our first group is going to be the ASID, ASID, and that is our American Society for Interior Designers group. We have our WIA group, which is our Women in Architecture group. And then we have our SAS, which is SSAS, Society for Studio Art Students. And what they use this money for is for their own professional development, their endeavors and their activities within their particular group programs. So they use the funds to go to conferences. They use the funds for out-of-state field trips, for field studies. They use them to host their own workshops, which SAS does a lot of. Our Society for Studio Art Students does a lot of workshops. And then they also use it for their own community building opportunities for recruiting into their organizations.
All right. So, and I want that SAS. When you said they do their own workshops, I'm reaching here, and you could tell me if it's true or not.
Sure.
When they do their own workshops, they open that up for community, and I'm even talking about maybe the local high school students who are in the art. Are they participants in this?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if the high school students have been reached, but they do open it to all and everyone. So I do believe they would be included in participating. Absolutely. Why not?
Right. I think it's awesome. All right. So let's get to the fun part. April 11th is the date. It's from 7 until 10 p.m. Davison Athletic Complex. This is open to the general population to buy a ticket, come, and then also buy some art that night. Give us some details on that. You mentioned it is an Art Deco. Now, Art Deco is not a person.
No, it's a movement. We're talking like 1920s. A lot of the students like to reference The Great Gatsby. So you know these strong geometric shapes and designs, these beautiful old, what are they? Scalloped edges, gold, streamlined things. Flapper dresses are welcome if you wanted to do a little bit of that too. But that's the thing.
Well, when I hear Art Deco, I think the elevator doors of the Empire State Building and the Chrysler.
Yes, absolutely.
Examples of that. So, will there be music?
Yes.
Explain what Gala is, because we want to get to the fun part.
So at the Gala, we're going to have music, and the students are talking about doing a bit of a self-service situation for the music. So creating a playlist and then allowing participants at the Gala to add music to the playlist. Now, of course, it'll have to be safe for work music, Rick.
Well,
it'll be monitored. Don't worry about that.
I would hope you have to maintain the mood of the Art Deco.
Really, but as the night goes on,
right,
a little late. So we've got music. We'll have lots of great food. We were raving about the food last year, and we'll also have photo booth opportunities, things for participants like that.
All right. So how and where do somebody get tickets?
Yes, on the website. So www.schoolofdesigngala.com. And as far as tickets, we have a tiered system. So the tickets begin at a $25 level. That is the student ticket. Then we have our design professional gala ticket, which is going to be $50. We have our cocktail hour and gala ticket for our non-students only, adults of course, for $75. And then you can purchase a table for 8 for the typical gala setting, $400 there. As far as sponsorships,
Go for sponsored.
Yes, please, always. We make it accessible. We make it accessible for those to donate to the cause or for those to participate where they can.
Sure. So that would be a friend package.
Sure.
$250.
Starts at the friend package at $250, and within that package you get recognition on the sponsors list, 2 tickets to the event, cocktail hour entry, and then some early bird bidding on the silent auction. several tiers between there and our top tier, which is going to be our $5,000 designer package. With this package, you get recognition, you get visibility, prime logo placement on all promotional platforms and materials. You get a reserved table for 8. You get the early bird bidding at the silent auction, and you also get cocktail hour entry.
You know, the strength of the alumni system, I would think the former graduates of the School of Design would have gone off far and wide into whatever fields they have gone into. Have they been reached so that they have the opportunity to make a contribution either financially and or with their artwork for people to bid on? Because that to me would be kind of neat to see who gives back.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's fun to see that, and besides the alumni, but also the people in the area. We're contacting Grambling, we've contacted ULM, we've contacted NICLAC, North Central Louisiana Arts Council, NELA, which is the Northeast Louisiana Arts. So that's the Region 8, and KEDM. We've contacted you as well, KLP1 or KLPI. Thank you, KLPI. But yes, they are on the list. We've got a whole spreadsheet, and we're sending the word out.
I'm going to make a presumption you're not from here, but you are ingraded in here, correct? So as an outsider coming in, which I happen to be as well from 1982, talk about what you see and I see. It's a strength, and it's always been an arts community.
Yes.
Brag on that too.
It's such a strong arts community. So I am not, of course, from Ruston, but 10 years ago, I was living here. Mm-hmm. And even then, it was an incredibly strong arts community. We've got, excuse me, the Creative Exchange, who does events, who has store spaces and presentation spaces, the art crawls. Wow, we have the nonprofits in town. This little hub, I mean, they say Ruston is a sleepy town, but it is busy. I mean, we stay packed. You should see my calendar of all the events we have going on. And it's so easy to get involved. Everyone's always welcome, and constant markets and opportunities to participate.
What are you going to be doing April 11th?
I will be setting up the silent art auction, and then I will change into my gown and run that part of the show.
www, you don't have to say that anymore, but I did. School of Design Gala, Gala, Gala or Gala. Schoolofdesigngala.com. Find out more information about that. Save the date, April 11th, for the Art Deco Gala that's going to happen. What else could we possibly say to make this thing off the chain?
Let's see. We had a fantastic turnout last year. We raised quite a bit of money, or the students, I should say. It was wonderful, and we're hoping for even more support this year and an even bigger turnout.
All right, so you know what to do. If you care, and I know you do, then share. I'm Rick Godley, Adrianna Speer. And thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. And we'll see you April 11th, the Louisiana Tech Davison Athletic Complex.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Good night.